So really, why does intentionality matter? Intentionality matters because I look at it as a key driver to, when you're at a bus stop and you are waiting to board, and before you get to a point where you're boarding, you had, depending on where exactly you're going, you already had a ticket as to where you were going to. You knew I was boarding a bus to get to destination A or B or C. So really, the planning that came into play for you to be able to get to that point where you are headed to a specific place, I believe for me that already is an application of intentionality. That's already being very intentional, because I know I need to be in a specific place tomorrow, and you plan yourself in a way that regardless of what comes my way, I had this planned, unless maybe emergencies. But then for as long as you are constantly sitting to tell yourself, this is planned. I had planned this for, to happen in this and this and this day, then that already sets you apart from the person who wakes up and just decides, I'm taking off, I'm leaving, I'm going. Tomorrow I wake up, this minute I'm packing my bags and I'm leaving. And you realize most cases, we tend to live our lives like that. We tend to live our lives like that without direction. We are constantly, even in the workplace, we are told, when you're employed, you're sat down and you're told, these are the core values. This is our mission. This is our vision. This is how you are taken through the whole journey. And even before you sign that letter that tells you, okay, you're employed in this organization, there are questions that you have to undergo, because this specific organization knows how they want to achieve their mandate at the end of the day. So if we all decide to live our lives the same way, we run our day-to-day, be it an organization, even in our own homes, I look at parenthood as something that really is an intentional journey. Even by default, we are constantly living intentionally, especially when it comes to our homes. But then, unfortunately, some of these things that we are constantly doing in our spaces at home, we do not apply it to our day-to-day lives out here. Why do I say that? I look at a parent today. I'm also a parent. I look at parents today, and when you live in your house, there's so much alignment in your own house that nobody can walk in and realize maybe there's a gap somewhere, because there's how you've planned everything from 8 to 5. I know I'm not going to be there, but there's how you have aligned things to happen even in your absence. Then when you transfer the same to the office space, you realize that here you are, you have 4 or 5 tasks to achieve. But then, regardless of the fact that you already have taken care of something back, in your space, you come back and it becomes very hard for you to deliver. So then where is the gap? At times you sit and try to find the alignment between the two, and it becomes very hard. I know there are quite a number of aspects that we need to be very keen on, especially when we are matching the two environments, because these are two different environments that give you different results. At the end of the day, I tend to believe when you look at both environments and try to live the same way you're living in your house and in the office and match up, it becomes very easy for you to deliver. Why? Because the same planning that comes to the office space is the same one that comes to this other side. So if you try to match the two, it becomes very easy for you to be able to achieve your goals. So I look at intentionality as something that I'm constantly practicing, I'm constantly living. It's not a destination for me, because even today, I get questions from people, and there's always a question that comes, and somebody believes that you already have reached that destination. No. This your journey, it's a journey where you are trying to propel yourself. You're trying to make yourself better. If I did while intentionality matters today, where is the gap? What gap do I need to fill so that I can come back and publish something different that's going to now become, not necessarily a sequel, but I'm trying to make people's lives better. What conversations am I having with people out there? What gospel am I preaching out there to be able to convert? We always talk about preaching to the converted, and even having this conversation, I thought about intentionality as a very broad topic. Intentionality can be applied in almost everything, but if you are keen enough to look at intentionality from your day-to-day lives, you realize that there is so much application that is required for you to undertake, for you to be able to achieve your goals. So today I look at it in this way. If you're working in an office space, intentionality will be applied in how you are able to, handle your tasks, your deliverables. You have KPIs. How are you handling? How are you approaching some of these tasks? I look at people in business. They're quite self-driven. When you're in business, most of them are quite self-driven because this is your baby. You need to nurture it for it to be able to, become healthy. The same way as parents, wake up in the morning, feeding your baby, you're doing all these things. But then how then am I propelling myself to be able to get, to that, from point A to B to C? By the time I get to Z, what have I done? And, take account of the things that you're able to achieve along the way. And even as you take account, ask yourself, have I learned anything, in my journey to getting to where I am getting to today? Because those are some of the things that will help us even to know, as we grow, you look back and ask yourself, okay, what did I learn from my journey from here to here? Because life in itself, apart from life in itself being a journey, even the different environments that we get to expose ourselves to try and learn, what are we, what are we carrying along the way? What are we achieving along the way? So for me, really, intentionality did not come to stall my progress. Intentionality did not come to, serve as a stamp, that's done and dusted. No. It's a journey for me. I'm still on that journey. I'm still looking to learn. I'm still looking for those opportunities that are going to help me grow. I'm still looking for opportunities to speak to people to help them, grow, move, or even look at life differently. I'm still on that trajectory where I'm looking for opportunities to be able to unlearn some of the things that I learned and I thought that was it. So even as I do that, I'd stretch my hands to people who want to also gain some of this experience, gain some of this knowledge, and just to get to interact and, share this information along.